Good evening, everyone, and here we are for Bedtime Story, and it's a Monday, back to being another Monday. I hope you tuned in for assembly this morning, and if you didn't remember, you can go back and have a look at it. And this morning, it's not just me, there were lots of other people there too, so you might spot some of the people that you know if you have a look at that assembly this morning. Hope you've had a good day, and I hope you've been thinking about all of these civic week activities you can take part in this week too, because it would be really good to see you doing that. Tonight's story is called The Way Back Home, and it's by Oliver Jeffers. Let's find out what happens in this story. Once there was a boy, and one day he was putting his things back in the cupboard and he found an aeroplane. He didn't remember leaving it in there, but he thought he would take it out for a go right away. The plane lifted off the ground and into the sky. Higher and higher and higher. Suddenly, the plane spluttered. It had run out of petrol. Now the boy was stuck on the moon. What was he to do? He was all alone and afraid, and soon his torch began to go out. Up in space, someone else was in trouble too. His engine had broken down. Oh dear. And steering the ship towards the flicker of light, he landed on the moon with a bump. Both the boy and the Martian could hear noises in the dark, and both feared the worst. But as their eyes got used to the dark, they both realised they'd met someone else in trouble. And they weren't alone anymore. The boy showed the Martian his empty petrol tank, and the Martian showed the boy his broken engine. Together they thought of ways to fix their machines and how to get them both back home. The boy jumped down to earth to get the things they would need, right down into the sea. And he swam towards home. But by the time he got there, the boy was tired. And so he sat in his favourite chair just to catch his breath. His favourite programme was just starting, and he settled down to watch. Suddenly, he remembered what he should be doing, and he rushed off to the cupboard to get what he needed. He ran outside and he shouted, but there was no reply. He couldn't be heard. The boy climbed to the higher ground and called again and waited. This time, a rope was lowered. The boy began to climb and the Martian began to pull, and soon the boy was back on the moon. The boy fixed up the Martian's engine with the right spanner, and the Martian filled the boy's petrol tank. They said goodbye and they thanked each other for their help. And they wondered if they would ever meet again. After a long night, they were both finally off the moon. The boy went one way and the Martian went another, both on their way back home. And here we go. When he gets back home, there's a little noise from his walkie-talkie saying, hello, hello. So there you go. Boy on the moon meeting a Martian and them helping each other. That's the story for tonight. You keep safe, keep well, and keep connected by tuning in and paying attention to what's going on in school. Night night, everybody. We miss you lots. Stay safe and well.